So I am a futures trader, and I have a particular futures strategy that I use in my trading each and every day that allows me to profit from the market. And in this video today, I want to break things down and show again in detail. And I said this many times again, I'm going to keep making these kind of videos, showing the way I trade, breaking down the strategy using pair charts. That means using one higher time frame chart and then scaling down to use an entry chart. And looking for particular things to actually happen on both charts. Basically, a mirrored type setup. One chart doing this, second chart doing the same thing, okay? So I'm going to break this down because I believe those individuals who are beginner traders, new traders, those that are interested in becoming traders and looking for a particular strategy that will allow them to start profiting in the market, well, here it is. I'm going to show you the way I actually trade and how you can trade using paired charts. Now, I, could trade from one particular chart like I normally do on a daily in my 12 range chart. And I try to most times, I'm always looking at the, the higher time frame. For me, it's my 60 range chart to kind of see overall what the market is really trying to do. And that is, being able to understand market structure, breaking that down, and then reading price action. But on the outside of that, a lot of times you see me counter trade, take trades in a short-term period based on, say, for instance, my 12 range chart, okay? Now, I'm not going to stay in that trade for a long period of time. One, because I'm not a position style trader or a swing trader. I'm a scalp trader, and that's the way I trade each and every day, using this particular futures strategy that I use to trade the E-mini S&P 500. Now, your question may be, what does it work on the NASDAQ futures? Does it work on the Dow futures? Does it work on, any type of the currencies? Does it work on any commodity futures? Yes, it does. It doesn't really matter the market. It's just it's the thing you have to understand is understanding the setup itself, okay, and looking for a particular setup, looking for a couple of different steps to actually take place on each chart that will give you a double means of confirmation, a double means of confluence, to aid you in that trade, okay? So I'm looking for one thing that's happened on one chart, the same exact thing that happened on another chart, which is my entry chart, so a higher time frame, lower time frame. Once I see both of those charts kind of setting up the same way or the same steps happening, then that tells me that I need to be looking for an entry, okay? So I'm going to break this down for you, especially for beginner traders, those that are interested in becoming scalp traders. Again, that's the way I trade. I'm a scalper, all right? And that's what I do each and every day. It affords me the opportunity to be able to look for multiple setups in the market by, me scalping. I mean, like I said, I'm not a swing or position style trader. I just simply use this future strategy in my futures trading that allows me to profit because I'm a futures trader. So if you're interested and you're a futures trader, I would highly recommend you pay attention to this video, okay? So we're going to go ahead and jump into the video now because I want to show you how the actual strategy works using paired charts, okay? Again, using a higher time frame, using a lower time frame as your entry chart. So first we're going to start off, we're going to use the 12 range, for example. You may be asking, can I use a higher time frame than that? Sure you can, but let one chart be your higher time frame and then let another chart be your lower time frame. So you may say, can I use my 60-minute chart to look for the setup or look for the steps to happen and then use maybe a 5-minute chart for my entry chart? Sure you can, okay? Just as I could use my 60 range and a 12 range, okay? So, but in this case here, I'm just going to show you an example of using, most times it's like the 12 range for me and the 4 range, okay? For anyone that's interested in, that's a beginner trader that's looking, like I said, to scalp and become a scalper, day trade the markets each and every day. And here's the setup, okay? I trade supply and demand. So, well, you may be asking, what is supply and demand? Someone that's new. Supply is aggressive selling, demand is aggressive buying. And there's a couple of things I'm looking for to happen in the market, okay? And on these charts, I'm going to show you when we're looking at these paired charts, a 12 range and a 4 range, all right? It could be for you maybe a 5-minute and a 1-minute chart if you're trading time-based charts. So, I'm looking for breakup structure. I'm looking for either a demand or supply area to be created and price to create a gap once it moves away from that area of supply and demand. All right, so when I see a breakup structure, I immediately go ahead and mark either my area of demand or supply, okay? And especially if we got a gap there, that just kind of gives me more confirmation that when the market gets back to that area, that retraces back to that area, that more likely I can look for an entry, especially if it's tapping, say for example, like right here, pull us back to this area of demand. I can look for an opportunity to go long, because more than likely, if price got to this area, broke structure here, pulled to and broke to the upside, there's a gap created here, which means price quickly moved away from it. Orders were looking to be filled here. Most of the orders probably didn't get filled, or all, a lot of the orders didn't get filled there. So when price does return back to that area, the banks or institutions are interested in filling more orders. Maybe a lot of orders that probably didn't get filled because price moved quickly away with all this aggressive buying, and those orders couldn't get filled quick enough. Price comes back to the area. 9 times out of 10, they're going to be looking to fill more orders to fill orders and push the market, moving in the continuation direction that they were trying to move the market, which was to the upside. So here's an example here of demand, okay? And like I said, demand is aggressive buying for anyone who is currently beginning or learning or doesn't know much about supply and demand. But I want to show you this future strategy that I use. Again, you can trade it. Doesn't matter the future market that you actually trade. So let's talk about it, okay? So what I noticed here was price moving to the downside on the 6th of December. Again, it started moving overnight. It broke down even lower on December the 7th, the morning of that of December the 7th. Well, then what I saw was that the price made a swing here, pulled back, and a broke down here. So I made a big swing to the downside here, creating this low right here, okay? But then it turns around and starts making structure to the upside, kind of breaking structure, pushing up, pulling back, making higher highs and higher lows to the upside. It took out this major area of resistance right here. So it broke through a major area of structure to the upside. Created this high right here. But then price turns around, breaks down lower, and what does it do? It takes out a key area of structure on the move to the downside, okay? Within this leg right here, it took out this area of structure right here. So price made this move kind of to the upside right here, pulled back and broke higher. When price turned back around after making this high here, it breaks lower, taking out this area of structure, okay? So I saw that. Price came down, and once it broke this area, it made a low here, a lower high, and a lower low, swinging to the downside, okay? Pull it back, all right? Now, here's the step-by-step process that I want to show you, and the first approach of the strategy that I actually use. Again, this is my 12 range chart, and I'm always starting with my higher time frame chart. It could be a 5-minute chart for you time-based traders, okay? Price makes a low right here, all right? All I'm looking for price to do is price to break structure as it makes this move to the upside. So once it takes out this area of structure right here, out of the swing that was formed right here to the downside, let's move to the upside, it broke structure right here. The moment it breaks structure, you have to understand this, that it's already created an area of demand, okay? Because it's broke through an area of structure right here. This is the way I look at it. This is the way I use my strategy. This is the way I follow the market. This is the way I read the market and incorporate my strategy into price action, okay? And looking at market structure. So price made its low here. Turned back around. Aggressive buying to the upside. Took out a structure area here, which was this swing right here, okay? This swing right here. And started making these smaller lower lows, excuse me, not lower lows, higher highs and higher lows to the upside here. The moment price breaks structure right here, go ahead and mark your area demand. So that's the first part. Break structure to the upside, takes out a key area here, mark the area demand down here at the bottom, okay? All you do then is just wait for price to come back to that area of demand, all right? Because this was the origination area when price turned around, aggressive buying. See these green candles right here? That just means there's a lot of buying activity that took place here. Green candle, green candle, green candle, green candle. Broke structure to the upside. Continuation to move to the upside. And you go ahead and mark your area demand. Once price pulls back to the area of demand on your higher time frame chart, in this case here I'm using my 12 range as my higher time frame, I'm going to scale down now. So two things really three things I want to see happen, to be honest with you. First is that break of structure, okay? Breaking through breaking through an area structure as it turned back around after making this low right here, turns back around, breaks this area structure, okay? That's the first step. 2, mark your area demand. 2, mark your area demand. 3, I want to see a gap fill pretty much right there, okay? I want to see an area where price pretty much made a gap on the move to the upside after it broke structure here and not immediately returning back. Like right here, where it broke structure to the upside and did not come back to this area of demand yet, all right, to this area here. then that tells me that, all right, there's aggressive buying that took place here. Just wait for price to come back there to it. Again, first step, break a structure. Second step, market area demand. Third step pretty much is what you want to do is you want to see a gap, okay, where price doesn't immediately pull back to it. So price did not immediately pull back. Once it broke structure here, mark the area demand. Price pulls back to this area right here. When it does that, all you do then now is scale down or move down to your lower time frame chart. So if you're a time-based trader and this was your 5-minute chart, look at your 1-minute chart. For me, I'm looking at a 4-range chart. So I'm scaling down from my 12-range chart now to my 4-range. From my 12-range chart down to my 4-range chart. So first off, this was at, when it pulled back, around 10, 11, 10, 12, somewhere in that time frame. So I'm going to scale down now to my 4-range chart, okay? And this is a demand setup. All right, so let's go ahead and first and foremost, let's do this right here. I want to go ahead and take this area here that we've identified as demand now, okay, and just place it on all charts so it'll show it on the 4-range now, okay? And let's blow this up a little bit. All right, so I'm going to go down to my 4-range chart now. There it is, okay? That's that area of demand that we just marked off the 12-range chart, okay? Could be a 5-minute chart for you, time-based traders. This is the pullback to that key area demand. Remember I said 10, 11, 10, 12? Well, here it is. So you may be saying, well, what are you looking for now to happen on your lower time frames chart? The same thing, a breaker structure. Price creating an area demand, so a breaker structure, creating an area demand, a gap fill. All right, so let's see if we get that, okay? Pull us back to that key area of demand on the 12-range chart. This is where that box area is coming from, that same area that I just marked off on the 12-range chart. It pulls us back to it, all right? Price made a low here, pulls back, lower low right here. So what are we looking to see again? A breaker structure, okay? Take a look. Break structure right here to the upside, okay? What do? We mark our area of demand, okay? In this case here, these little swings here. Demand can be resting right here at the bottom. Demand can be resting, let's see, right here as well, okay? So why you may be asking that? Because we got these two little small swings to the upside here, okay? And both of these little swings took place before breaking this area structure here. So those little swings there you have to consider as areas where demand is going to rest at, all right? So price break structure, first step. Creates areas of demand. Second step. Leaves behind a gap right here out of this area of demand right here. Look, aggressive buying, green candle, green candle, green candle. Price does not immediately pull back to it. Continues pushing higher. All we're doing now is doing what? We're waiting for price now to pull back to that area of demand that we marked off on the 4-range chart. Boom. It pulls back to it. Now you're saying, well, what do you do now? Once price taps into that area of demand on the 4-range chart, the last part of the step is just to go long. And basically what you do is you wait for rejection. Well, maybe asking, well, what do you mean wait for rejection and failure? Typically what I do is I like to see a break of a candle to the upside. So the last red candle to the downside, now I'm looking for price to break it with a green candle, either breaking the body of the candle to the upside or taking out the whole candle right here, this last red candle to the downside. Price does that. It breaks the body of the candle here. I'm going to get in right here at 30.5. Once I get in here, at 30.5, my aim is going to be to look to take price back up to this key area right here, okay? Back up to this key area right here. There's liquidity resting on the back end of the swing right here to the downside. At least try to take it out right here at what I call the bottom end of the swing here, or at least in the body of the swing, okay? So my aim is going to be looking to take price right here, take it out, typically right here in this area right here. The bottom end of this little swing to the downside here, okay? Price breaks that red candle right here with the green candle to the upside. Go long. Yes, it pushes up, pulls back some, but you got to understand, be confident, stay in the trade, because that's the way price moves. Is the only way it can move is push up, pull back, push higher, or push down, pull back, and push higher. That's the way it moves, creating swings. But I'm looking to take it back to the next, or to the area or swing above it, which is this area right here that took out, some area or levels as it was moving to the downside here. It took out this area right here. So this swing right here is where I'm going to be looking to take price back to. So again, the steps are a break of structure, creation of either the supply and demand, in this case here, demand. You want to see a gap, wait for price to come back to it on the 4 range. Once we see it come back to it, that's our last part of the step. On a lower time frame, look for a break of a candle, take your shot to go long, back up to a key area of resistance. Okay? Simple. Using 2 charts, 2 paired charts. If you're a beginner trader, this is the future strategy that I use on my own trading, okay? And this is the way I talk about it to those that are looking for a particular strategy to use to profit in the markets every single day. Again, this is the future strategy that I highly recommend that if you're looking to begin to trade or looking for an easy scalping strategy to use in your own personal trading. Again, I am a scalp trader, so this is what I do each and every day. I scalp the markets, not positional swing trading, okay? So, again, always start with the higher time frame. Look for the breaker structure, step 1. Step 2, market area demand. Look for that gap, okay? If you get a nice gap coming out of that area demand where price doesn't pull back to it, then you should be golden. Wait for price to pull back to that key area demand on the higher time frame. Once it does that, pulls back to that key area demand or supply on the higher time frame, go over or move down, scale down to your lower time frame. Meet the 4 range. For you, it could be a 1-minute chart. Wait for a breaker structure. Mark your demand. Look for a gap. Wait for price to come back and fill that gap. Pull back to the area demand. Get a break of a candle to the upside. Go long. It is simple as that. And this is all I want to talk about today, guys. I'm trying to make things as simple and simplistic as possible because I continue to get questions about the strategy and how I trade. This is about as simple of a breakdown of me being able to break this down that I could possibly do in discussion. I don't know any other way to explain it any simpler. You just have to follow the step-by-step process of using pair charts to give you double means of confirmation, to understand one thing or a setup to happen, looking for a setup to happen on your higher time frame and the mirrored setup to happen on your lower time frame, waiting for price to pull back to those key areas of demand or supply. Take your shot, okay? All right? You say, well, why do you like to use a pair chart? Because it gives me the confirmation. It gives me double means of confirmation. It gives me more means of confluence, right? And that's, as traders, we're looking for probability. We're taking trades based on probability, but we're looking for means of high probability trading. And the more confirmation you have to solidify a trade, it just makes sense, okay? Confirmation off of one chart, confirmation off a second chart, take your shot, okay? So that's all I have today to talk about, and I will include this video here as a part of or in the playlist of videos that I'm going to create to make available to the elite members. Those videos are made public on the channel, but I'm going to make a hand-selected or hand-picked list or playlist for the elite channel members so they don't have to go back and actually be sitting there trying to thumb through 400 videos, meaning, you know, going back and having to look through 400 videos. I'm going to hand select. It will be quite a few videos, but they're going to be videos that I feel that are important, that highlight, that are imperative in what I'm trying to explain and discuss in the strategy each and every day that I trade, okay? Now, some days and lots of times you'll see me just trading for one particular chart, my 12 range chart, but I'm doing the same thing. I'm looking for breaker structure, price creating area, supply and demand, looking for a gap, looking for price to return back to the area, waiting for the rejection. The same exact thing. I'm just doing that on a just one time based chart, and it's not my lowest time frame chart. I would say it's probably more so my medium or intermediate based chart, my anchor chart, I would say. Okay, so anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up. Hope you found some value in this content today. If you don't mind, please drop a like on the video. Hit that thumbs up button for me. If you're a new trader, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. Click on the bell. Make sure you turn your post notifications on so you never miss one of the uploads here on the channel. If you're interested in joining our Discord community where we have over 700 members now, 700 members strong, and you're interested in following us daily as we trade, there's a channel on there. It is a trading floor. It's a channel to where we share our levels, zones, our trade entries as the market or the session is going about. So it's a way to be able to understand and ask questions if you need to be. But there is a general chat channel on the Discord as well, to where you can ask questions if you're futures traders. Again, that channel is for future traders. If you're a futures trader, okay, no matter the futures market you trade, doesn't matter if you trade equities or the commodities, or, you know, again, what am I trying to say here? The currencies, doesn't really matter as long as you trade futures, okay? So invite yourself in. You can find that link down in the description portion of the video, free of charge. You may be asking also, well, how do I become an elite channel member and gain access to the playlist I'm creating, as well as the trading breakdown videos? Just simply go to the homepage here on YouTube, on the channel here. Look for the join button. Anywhere on any video or on the homepage, you'll see a join button. Click on the join button, and once you do that, there will be 2 tiers you can sign up for. There's one titled the Elite Channel Member Tier. Now, if you want direct access to the trade breakdowns or direct access to the playlist of videos that I'm populating for the elite members, then you would have to choose and enroll in the Elite Channel Member Tier or Elite Channel Membership Tier. Okay, again, it's a price that is all for the price of a cup of coffee a month, guys. For $6.99 a month, you're getting my trade breakdowns where I discuss in detail my trades. Because lots of times I actually trade. I'm trading during the session, so I'm doing my recording my trades live, and I post them on the channel here. And I go back and when I post to the Elite Channel Member section, to where I give an explanation of the trade breakdowns, basically giving you an in-depth process or in-depth thought process of what I was thinking as I was, you know, taking those trades or getting ready to take those trades or leading up to the trade. I explain in details, and I found that's helped a lot of people out. So the trade breakdowns, the playlist, which will be made private to the Elite Channel members, the videos that I hand select. So if you're interested in joining that, guys, just click on the join button and join. It's just a way of giving back and supporting the channel and my efforts as a content creator, giving away information, sharing my knowledge, sharing my experience, sharing the strategy, discussing how I use the strategy each and every day, for $6.99 a month. Okay, I'm not saying you have to, but if you want to support the channel and receive additional rewards and perks, then just become an Elite Channel member, or you can become a loyal channel member, which is the first tier. You do receive a couple perks there, but most everybody who signed up for the Elite Channel membership or one of the membership programs signed up for the Elite Channel membership because of the additional perks where they get the trade breakdowns, as well as I'm creating this playlist which will be made privy to, and those that are elite members have the key access to gain access to those videos as well. Now those videos are public on the channel, but these are the videos of the playlist are the ones I'm going to select and make into a playlist so that you don't have to go back and watch all 400 videos. It'll be, you know, the ones I actually pick, you just go in and watch those videos, and it should help you in your own trading or whatever the case is, and to where I share information about the strategy and how I trade, and hopefully you're able to grasp and pick up on it and start making money and being profitable yourself. But anyways, I'm ranting, I'm going on. I'm going to close the video out here. I appreciate everyone who's tuning in and watching today's video, and I will see you next week in the trading session, definitely on Discord, and I wish everyone a prosperous and profitable week next week. Take care. See you next time.